What am I ever going to do if I can't talk about books? Hello, welcome to the Ponderings of Pete. My name is Pete, and these are my ponderings you're seeing here, roughly, occasionally, sometimes. I talk about fantasy, I talk about sci-fi, I talk about some other stuff, whether it's some nonfiction, literary fiction, random other things. Occasionally, but mostly fantasy. Thank you for coming. If you're returning, welcome back. And if you're new here, welcome to the madness. Today, I'm just going to do a straightforward tag, the Your Answer Can't Be Books tag. I was tagged by a bookish drummer, so thank you for that. His channel will be linked down below. But yeah, let's hop into it. First question, what is something that you own too much of that is not books? And that is an easy answer. Dice. If you know, you know. Certain hobbies associated with dice, we just buy a lot of dice because dice are pretty. Click, clack, math rocks. So yeah, I have a lot of dice. I couldn't tell you the number. I haven't counted them, and I don't want to because that would be damaging psychologically. I don't really want to know how many I have. Question 2. What do you do for fun when you're not reading a book? Most of the time, it's either, hang out with people, but video games. I play with friends, without friends, whatever. If I'm playing with people, I'll do something like Rainbow Six Siege, which is a nice co-op strategy game. Shoot 'em up, first person. And then also Sea of Thieves, which is, pirates. You get to be a pirate, which is so fun. I also do that one on my own a lot, too. Especially lately, Sea of Thieves has taken up a lot of my video game playing time, just because, it scratches an itch. Single player, I'm getting through the Assassin's Creed games, getting through Shadow of War, getting through Borderlands, platinuming all that stuff. Horizon Zero Dawn is a personal favorite. Really excited for the next one to come out soon, in a few days actually. So that will take up some time. Question 3. What is something special on your nightstand besides books? I kind of look down there. It kind of varies, could be tax documents, could be a random microphone. But a lot of the times that's usually where I keep my beanies. So I have a bunch of those and they just kind of sit on my nightstand. I'm like, oh, what goes with whatever? And just grab one. So beanies. Question 4. What is something that you buy at the bookstore besides books? Really depends. Board games, sometimes, depending on the store. Also coffee, definitely. Coffee is very important for a lot of things. Staying sane. Sometimes. But coffee, board games. Board games are great. That's another thing I do, that's not books, is play board games with people and, get them interested in some. Personally, if we're going to go into board games real quick, Palace of Mad King Ludwig is one I recently got for Christmas. It was really fun. I've also been really liking playing Seven Wonders, Sheriff of Nottingham, Betrayal at House on the Hill, Ticket to Ride, just a lot of different varied board games. War of the Ring is also a really good one. Question 5. What is a really fun gift that you've received that hasn't been books or gift cards for books? I think the first one that comes to mind is this pen case and pen that has my name on it. And the case, which is magnetic and wood and cool, has a saying that a friend of mine came up with that I think I've mentioned before, but it says, "Where magic thrives and dragons roam, in ink you'll always find a home." So that was a really cool thing that he came up with that was really cool, and I appreciate it because, just a good little rhyme that speaks to writing in a good way. Number 6, the last actual question. What is a YouTube channel that you watch that is not about books? I watch a lot of trailers for movies and stuff. I've been stepping back from that a little bit just because, when there's tons of trailers for a movie, it gets annoying. I watch my share of Critical Role. I'm not really caught up yet. I'm almost at the end of Campaign 2. Finished Campaign 1, getting caught up with that slowly but surely. What else? Studio C is a good one as well as that I watch. They're great for comedy, especially their older stuff. A lot of random gaming channels, depending on what game I'm playing at the time. If it's a high skill game like Rainbow Six Sieges, or it's a new game like Sea of Thieves has been, I tend to just watch a lot of that stuff in order to get more knowledge about the game. Strategies and whatnot, really depends on stuff. D&D stuff occasionally, if it comes to it. And then another big one is Mike Winger, who is apologetics for Christianity. But he has an entire podcast, YouTube videos and stuff that I really enjoy for that. So even though that technically kind of involves the book since it involves the Bible, but it's not really related to booktube per se. So thought I'd mention it. And the very last one, number 7, tag a few booktubers that you want to know more about. So I looked around. This is one of those ones that's done its rounds on BookTube a little bit, so I just had to research a little bit who hadn't done it. The first one I think I'll tag is Gregory Leperch, because all of his answers would be interesting to a certain extent. I can think of some of them. It'd be cool to see if he has any Brazilian politics pamphlets on his nightstand. Kate at the Almost Book Doctor, figured I'd tag her. I think she's probably already been tagged, knowing her. But I figured I would tag her so she can do this thing. Not all of this will be related to medicine, I'm sure. I'm pretty sure that her first one might, be stethoscopes, maybe? Who knows? And then the very last one I'll tag is Kisty from Kisty Reads. Didn't look like she had done this one. Y'all are tagged, and all their channels will be linked down below. And yeah, that's all I have. So thank you so much for coming, and remember to get some rest, because rest is super, super, super important. You're awesome.